Hey you, thank you so much for clicking on this video. So today I just wanted to talk to you about something that I do that really helps me get through those phases of anxiety and panic and even depression. And the thing that I do is stargazing and collecting constellations. So I have been very fascinated with stars and the night sky and the universe in general and all the things in it since childhood, since as far as I can remember. I have been very fascinated by those things. As a child, when I used to see the night sky filled with stars, it was one of the most beautiful sights for me personally. I used to be so happy watching stars and just laying on the roof of my house and just watching stars in the night. I have been lucky enough to be brought up in a place which was not the city. Back then, it used to be like a small town, and during those times, it was not very heavily polluted since it was not the city. And it was just magical being brought up in a place like that. Every night used to be so beautiful. We used to even see the Milky Way every night. So it was that clear. Seeing the Milky Way these days, especially if it's a town or a city or a village, it's very difficult to see that now because of the light pollution and the air pollution. But I consider myself to be a very fortunate kid because I was brought up in a place that would allow me to stargaze and watch shooting stars and meteor showers and the Milky Way and such a glittery sky in the night. So, yeah, I consider myself to be fortunate enough. I believe that living in a place like that really inculcated that interest of mine where I really started to be fascinated with the night sky. So, that was a little bit about my childhood. And if fortunately I am able to see a very clear night sky with stars, the kid in me gets so happy to see that. The kid in me is just so glee ridden, so excited, and I don't think that aspect of me has changed, to be honest. I'm still that little kid who gets so starstruck, literally, by the night sky, especially a starry sky. So, as I grew up and as my life progressed, I met a few people who were as enchanted as me with the stars. I think meeting those people and interacting with those people was a part of my life that got me really closer to stars and the night sky. When I saw their fascination towards the night sky and how they used to spend sleepless nights just to capture the night sky, that was really fascinating for me. I think that sparked up my love for stars even more. Meeting those kind of people who had the same love for stars as mine, but they were more expressive of it, they were more appreciative of it. That is what really brought out my love for stars. So, as my love for stars was brought out, I started digging in deeper into the details of the night sky, and that is how I got into constellation collecting. So once I started searching on the internet about the night sky and different galaxies, I realized that the Greeks had identified 88 constellations back in the day. And when I got to know about this, I just reached this realization that I have to collect all 88 constellations in this lifetime. I don't really know what really happened with me or what struck a chord. It just gave me a purpose that in life, if I'm not able to do anything, I should at least do this, just observe the 88 constellations that have been identified and maybe go a little bit beyond that and have a constellation of my own. So, yeah, this is one of my goals in life, that I really want to identify all the 88 constellations and maybe have a constellation of my own too, just for me. A set of stars that's just for me. And That is where it helps with my anxiety and depression and panic. Whenever I'm in this phase of feeling anxious or, getting caught up in the questions of life, oh, what will happen to me if this happens or that happens, or if I get ill, or if I get sick, or if I lose my job, or, you know, just the worldly things. When I start getting caught up in them, constellation collecting is something that reminds me who I am, reminds me of what unconditional love can be, and reminds me of my purpose. So, if, let's say, I am unable to achieve every goal, every dream of mine, let's say I am a very mediocre person who lived a very mediocre life, could not achieve anything, could not make any money, could not be successful in anything. Although I am very ambitious, but let's just say that even after having such high ambitions, I couldn't really achieve anything in life. As long as I collect all the 88 constellations, I feel that my life would be worth living. Even if I don't succeed in anything but this, I think my life would be worth living. And that's the effect that stars have on me. They've given me a purpose that has so much meaning for me that all the worldly success doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't strive for the worldly success. I still do. But just in case I'm not able to achieve that worldly success, it doesn't mean that I'm a failure, as long as I collect all the 88 constellations and maybe name one on my own, or maybe not, I don't know. And if I'm in a phase of anxiety or panic or depression, I just go back to stars, because stars give me value somehow. I don't have to be very successful, I don't have to be rich, I don't have to be on the top of everything to feel valuable. I can just look at the night sky and feel valuable. And the effect that stars have on me is so reflective of how stars are. So, if you really look at the night sky and if you really look at the universe, everything is chaotic in the universe. Although there is order in chaos, but if we look at the chaotic side of the universe, nothing has a pattern. The stars are distributed all around. There is no pattern to the distribution of stars, or how a star would exist, or where would it exist, or when would it exist. We don't have a pattern. We don't have a fixed pattern on that. They're just randomly existing everywhere, but still, their existence, even if it's completely random, is so significant. And that is what is so beautiful about these stars, that even if they're randomly existing without any purpose, they still complete a whole. And the same goes for me too. In this planet where 8 billion people exist, I am just one little star, just like the one little star out there in the universe. And I might be insignificant to most of them, but for some, I might be significant too. Stars teach me that your value is in your existence. It is not in your achievements, but it's in your existence. You can exist in the universe like a star, and you'll still be valuable to something or someone. Even if you're not valuable to anything or anyone, you are completing a whole. You are a part of one and you are completing a whole, and that is where you have value. I don't know if I made any sense with this video, but yeah, this is an effect that these beautiful stars have on me. They just make me feel a part of a whole. They make me feel whole, and they make me feel like you can just exist, and life is beautiful that way. Apart from that, stars also teach me what unconditional love is. Stars make me feel like an unconditional lover, because I'm not getting anything from stars in return. Even if I collect all the 88 constellations, I didn't make any difference in the world. I'm just a person who know of all the 88 constellations, who have seen those 88 constellations, and I'll die. That's it. But still, my life has value for me. All I am getting is closer to myself, and also the realization that there are things that are beyond us, that are bigger than us, that exist outside our lives, that exist outside our world, which are really beautiful and which can have a beautiful impact on us. If you're someone who also struggles with anxiety and panic and depression, try constellation collecting someday. And I'm not saying that this is the only way of navigating through anxiety and panic. This is my way. This is something that I do. Different people have different kinds of ways to deal with their anxiety and panic. But that sense of getting closer to yourself, that sense of realizing that there are things that are beyond us, that are above us, that are bigger than us, that sense is the common thing that we get from these kind of practices. So if you have any other practice that gives you that sense of self, that gives you that relief, that calm, do let me know in the comments or the email. I would love to hear from you if there is anything equivalent for you that does the same thing as stars do for me, if I was able to explain that in the first place. If you don't have any practice and if you're trying to find something that can help you with your anxiety and panic, I would suggest try stargazing sometime, or just try constellation collecting sometimes. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's like connecting the dots. You can just refer to a map. I refer to this map. I look at the night sky and I just try to connect the dots. It's like a game. So it's really cool that way. So you can also try that. It's a really fun game if you want to see it that way. Connect the dots. So yeah, try playing that game with the sky and the stars, and I'm pretty sure that you'll really enjoy that. And if you like it, please, please, please let me know. I would love to connect with more people who are obsessed with stars just like I am. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched till the end, I'm so grateful for you watching my videos, commenting and relating with me, and I hope this is something that can help you navigate through your difficult times. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care.